Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. It is time for our Ask the Expert segment with Brenda Hollingsworth from Richard Hollingsworth. If you're looking to get in some questions, we're talking personal injury. Ottawa.morning@ctv.ca is our email. You can Facebook us as well, CTV Ottawa Morning Live, or give us a call live on the air, 789-6559, extension 2803. So you're in the midst right now. It's been a little bit crazy. You have two kids playing in the Bell Capital Cup.
Yeah, it's great.
You have German billets staying with you as well.
Yeah, it's been a great week. Yeah, lots of hockey, lots of rinks.
Very, very busy, but it's a very fun time of year, especially. It's an interesting time of year for you and your industry.
Yes.
And there was an interesting article that came out in the Washington Post.
Yes.
What was this?
Well, so there was an American torts professor, torts is the law of negligence basically, who wrote an article about "'Tis the Season for Personal Injury Lawyers." And he talked about all of the ways that people have accidents, crazy accidents, serious accidents, and where December is really a boom month for personal injury lawyers.
It's not necessarily that you're wanting to see any of these circumstances happen. However, this month, the festivities, the parties, people on the roads, it lends to there being a lot of incidences which end up eventually in your office.
That's right. So, the article's funny. I'm going to post it on my personal Facebook, which is just under my name if you want to read it after. But, lots of people have injuries putting up Christmas decorations. Obviously, that's on your own property, so you're probably not going to have anybody to sue. Lots of slip and fall accidents in December for obvious reasons, the weather. The circumstances of our weather right now, going from yesterday and the day before where it was very wet to today where it is very cold, is prime slip and fall territory. So if you have a property, make sure it's salted and cleared. If you own a business, same thing. Just because the weather changes, that's not an excuse. As the owner of the property, you have an obligation to make sure that you've taken the weather into account. So today would be a day to get out there with a giant bag of sand and salt. Yeah.
Looking ahead, I like that you pointed that out. We are dealing with some incredibly cold temperatures, but going from the mild, honestly, the driveway, even itself on your own property, you can feel like you've got to really watch for the stable ground.
Oh, sure. And even the pavement itself can freeze, right? Even if it's clear, you get to a certain point, and we're probably pretty close to that temperature-wise, where the pavement freezes. So you got to be careful.
And on a more serious note, slip and fall is one thing, but we are dealing with a lot of people out in vehicles. There's a lot of parties going on. I don't want to, say anything about drinking and driving, but unfortunately, that likely is a lot of the reasons for some of these accidents that we're seeing.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I look at the clients that I have, my client base for accidents where they were injured over the holidays in past years, there is, I think, almost always been alcohol involved on the part of the at-fault driver. So it is really serious. It really does happen, and we all have to be aware of it. Now, if you are the owner of a vehicle that you're going to loan to somebody who is under 21 or who has a G2 license, you must be absolutely certain that they are not going to have any alcohol in their system. Parents of young people who are drivers, consider not lending the car out New Year's Eve. Has very serious insurance implications for people who have alcohol in their system and then get in an accident.
Based on that it being your vehicle and that you...
Yeah, that's right. So if you're the owner of that vehicle, you're responsible. And what happens is if you've got alcohol in your system and you're a G2 driver or you're under 21 and you have alcohol in your system, your insurance coverage goes, most people have $1 million, some people have $2 million. You should all have $2 million, but whatever your limits are, go down to $200,000. Now, $200,000 does not take you very far if somebody's seriously injured, and so then they come after your assets.
That's really scary.
It is really scary.
And I think parents want to put that trust into their children, especially in that age bracket.
Right.
If they are saying, I am the designated driver, but to understand the consequences of the law, especially with the way the licensing is working right now.
Right. People don't realize this. It is. It's one of the only times when your insurance gets taken away. So you have to be very, very confident that your G2 driver or your under 21 driver is not going to have a drop of alcohol. Like not one beer at the beginning of the night.
Nothing. There can be nothing in their system.
Zero alcohol.
What about for those, and we were talking about it being on certain properties, the people that are hosting these parties, and then,
Right.
there's a lot of responsibility there.
Right now, in Canada right now, there is one sort of high-level case that deals with social host liability. That's what it's called when you are the host and you're feeding people alcohol. And that case didn't hold the homeowner responsible. So a lot of people think, oh, homeowners aren't responsible. But that was one case and one specific set of facts. There are personal injury lawyers all over the country waiting to try the next case with different set of facts. So don't assume that you can't be held responsible, because if there's a serious accident, you can be certain that there will be lawyers looking to hold you responsible so that their very seriously injured client has some compensation. So social host, you may be responsible. If you are a bar owner or a restaurant owner, the law is clear there that you can be held responsible, not just your liquor license in jeopardy, but also sued for damages if somebody is injured.
We're not, and New Year's is around the corner. Happy holiday. These are just really strong reminders as to some of the things that you really need to take that responsibility for. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to be taking your questions. So if you have any you want to be able to ask Brenda, that's the number to call, 789-6559, extension 2803. You can always send us a message as well via our Facebook, via Twitter, via our email, a number of different ways on social networking. But we do have to take a break. We're back with more after this.